Morning, Phil Beckwith, the professional painter and decorator. Does this paper, just mark myself up, does this paper ring any bells to you? Yeah, you've probably seen a video recently. I don't know what to say. I came back to the job next day and customer doesn't like the paper. So after much deliberation, the customer's decided that the paper that she was going to have me hang in the living room is now going to be hung in here. Now, not saying I've had sleepless nights about this, but I line this with WallRock. I've hung this and I know it's sound. I'm quite happy with that. The deliberation or the question or the quandary, take your pick. Do I take the chance of papering straight over that? Or would you strip it? I'm not going to do that. Or would you reline it? And you're going to say to me, Phil, just go straight over it. That's fine, but this paper's quite a predominant, it's a strong, bold pattern. And I've seen the paper now that's going to go over it. And let me just get it for you. So it's a Harlequin paper, so nice quality. It's a non-woven and it's a leaf pattern. Now, can you see, if I put my hand, can you see that? I know the light's shining through it. That's not particularly thick paper. Oh, it is thick, but you know what I mean. It's showing my hand through the light. Do I want to risk that at however much this is, 60, 70 pounds a roll? Do I want to risk that going straight over a wallpaper that has dark colours that may show through that when it dries out? And this is why I always go back to, if in doubt, line. So I'm going to take a decision, an executive decision, a professional executive decision to reline that. Go straight over it and reline it. It'll also help with thermal values of keeping the room warm because there'll be that much paper on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to show you lining because you can watch that video of lining a wall and this wall. I'm going to reline that. I've got 750 width WallRock. I'll go from one end to the other, and then there's a strip that goes in which I've got a 55 centimetre strip I can just drop in. So I will redo that with lining, and then this will be good to go, possibly tomorrow. I might even keep the same clothes on, or the shirt, because this is clean today, just so I know what videos I'm doing, because I'm getting a bit confused with what room and what I'm wearing, and yeah. So quandary, what would you have done? I'm not taking it off because it's a good sound base, but it's not a good even colour. I wouldn't want to risk putting a coat of, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 over it to try and lose that, because that would still be thin and showing the pattern through. And then with this lot, I'm not saying you can see through it. So let's belt and braces, let's reline it, let's have a good sound base to put this back over it. And the customer has apologised, and she says she will obviously pay me for my time and the lining paper. And I'm going to say again, it'll only take me a couple of hours, but I'll charge for the job done and not the time taken. Right, just to prove that I am relining, that's the first length that's gone on. It's the 750 wide WallRock. And I've hung from this side. I hung from that side last time, it doesn't matter. I like hanging paper right to left. I've hung from this side and I've taken in the plug socket there, which I've just neatly gone round. I've not brought the face off for this lining paper. I will bring the face off like I did when I did this beautiful paper that the customer doesn't like. And then I'll just drop a little bit of paper, the flaps at the back of the socket. Again, there's a Sky satellite cable just coming out there. I've just cut through it not the cable, cut through the paper and fed the paper around it. When I did, if you've seen that video, I actually did a star cut and pulled the cable through a hole so I didn't have any unnecessary cuts, and that went on nicely. So it's all right there because we're going to be covering it. What I've done, I've cut it on an angle and not vertical, so it's staggered. Doesn't really matter, but it's just a way of doing it. And now I'm going to carry on. You won't see me until I've actually finished, and then we'll conclude this video. And then when I come back and do the next paper, I can show you what it's like and make another video. That might be the video that gets me the Porsche. But those that are supporting the channel, giving me super thanks, brilliant, I love it. Those that are also doing if you look in the description below, they buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com, however it works. Thank you very much for that. And right, I'll see you in a little while. This won't take me too long. Well, chillins, I've done it. And you're going to say, Phil, how long did it take you? That's 750 width is really nice to hang. So it's taken 4 drops of that, and then I've cut down a 55 centimetre roll of WallRock, just so I was working with about 12 inches of paper just to trim in that corner there, because I needed a piece about 10 inches. So that's gone on. I've been about an hour, probably not even been an hour. Quite happy with that. And can you see all the pattern, I'll call it pattern staining, the bleed through of the pattern? You do get, and I have seen it, where people have gone over papers before, or even not prepared walls properly that have been an uneven colour, like patching of plasterwork. It might have been a cream, I don't know, background before, some work's been done, it's been patched, and you can see darker areas showing through when they've put the actual finished paper on because they've not lined it, or they've not prepared the surface properly for the paper that's going on. I didn't want to take a chance with this paper that's going on there, so that's why we've lined it now. Yes, I can just see it through, which reiterates the issue that I've got. If I put a paper on that's slightly translucent, transparent, see-through, I don't want that to happen. And the customer's really good. I'm not saying money's no object, but she appreciates what needs to be done to get it right, and she's quite happy for me to reline and then repaper. And we've kept the paper on the previous paper. I only did it the day before. So we're quite happy that what we've done is the way I want to go with it. What I will do, I will actually wait till after dinner because we're still in the morning, because it's not taking long. When it's gone off slightly, I will re-bead round with a bead of cork down the angles across the top, and I may, if I feel like it before I leave today, just put a brush full of paint just down those edges just to neaten them up, just in case there's any waviness when I come to do the finished paper. But all in all, not too bad. I will give you a top tip Tuesday. When you're doing these paste the walls, particularly where you're coming up to the ceiling edge, paste with your brush, go up as close as you possibly can. Don't go up to the actual angle where your ceiling is, because you don't want to get a load of paste over the ceiling. What I do is go up as close as I possibly can, but probably about half an inch below that edge. I make sure that there's quite a, I'm not saying a fat edge of paste, but I actually put a little bit extra paste on. So when I come up to the top with the lining paper or the finished paper, I get it into the angle with my smoother, and then I can push any paste that's that half inch to an inch below the angle up to the angle. So I know that I'm actually going to push paste to the correct cut edge. You understand me, don't you? So that is what I'm going to do up there. And, well, that's what I've done up there on the lining. I also do it with the finished paper. But all in all, we're all good. And I know some people are going to say, if you've not seen previous videos, why haven't you cross-lined it, cross-hung the lining paper? Watch the other videos. There's no need if you know what you're doing with your finished papers. I know that where my paper will start, which will be in the middle because it's a feature wall, isn't going to correspond with any joints. And also, it was a lot easier to hang vertical than horizontal. So there might be some videos at the side. The video that will follow this for the finished paper, will be another video because I don't want to bore you into 40 minutes of videos. So see you on the next one. Thanks for listening. What would you have done? That's the question. What would you have done?